This is the Heurchild 670 from Heritage Audio, and I've learned two very interesting things while working with it. Because a compressor like this doesn't make you a great audio engineer, and I've learned as well that it is nothing like the plugin. So let's talk about that. The Heurchild 670 sells for 10,000 euros right now, or maybe a little bit less. And also for $10,000 for some weird reason. And I am assuming that most of my viewers aren't planning to spend that much on a compressor like this. I mean, I'm not even planning on buying this thing, because this thing is going back to the distributor soon. And that makes it a little bit useless to do a normal review in which I give information like the fact that it is basically a small space heater. The knobs on the front plate don't always align. The fact that they've used dented potentiometers instead of rotary switches. And also that there's no bypass. I mean, if you're looking to buy such a compressor, that could be valuable information for you. But I'm assuming most of the people aren't interested in that. So I rather want to use this compressor to answer the why question. Why are these in the modern software simulation days still being built and sold? So first of all, I think a big understanding with Fairchild compressors or Fairchild clones, because this is not an original Fairchild, is that because of the simplicity of the controls, it is pretty easy to set up and pretty easy to let it do its magic. But I discovered that actually the opposite is true, and how I would compare it is with getting a luxurious sports car. You know, at first when you get behind the wheel of a luxurious sports car, it feels really good and everything is really cool. But after driving it for a little bit, you will quickly discover that you will need some skills to get the max out of such a sports car. And that's what I discovered with this as well. Like, it really took me some time to really figure out how to set this thing correctly so that it would shine. It's really kind of a precision compressor to use. So please be aware of that if you're thinking that this is going to solve all your mixing issues, it's probably wise to just practice more instead of shelling out a lot of money for such a compressor. And I mean, with all the plugins out there, you might want to stick to a plugin. And what I did, because I really wanted to know this as well, is I compared this unit with the Universal Audio Fairchild bundle tube compressor bundle. What is it called? The UAD Fairchild 670. So George, the guy from Worldwide Mastering, made a special version of his song called Oceans for this comparison. And let's start with a comparison of kick and snare. So, slight difference, but nothing special. I mean, the Heurchild gives a little bit of a tail to the kick, but that's it. It's not that much difference. So let's move on to the Decca tree, which is being used as rooms for the drums. Again, not much of a difference. Tiny bit, but nothing worth 10,000 euros. Alright, so maybe the acoustic guitars then? Alright, so we're getting some differences here, and I think that is caused by the slight difference between the attack time of the plugin and the Hurchild, which basically produces a more sparkly sound in the plugin and a bit more creamy sound from the analog unit. Really, really interesting. And of course the final instrument, the instrument that the original Fairchild was made for, the grand piano. And I have to say that I'm cooking it a lot here on purpose, because I really want to drive it a lot. Because I really want to search where the limit of the limiter is. And as you can hear, it seems that I can compress it a bit more with the analog unit compared to the plugin. But honestly, that's not worth the purchase for me yet. So that's weird. Like, they perform kind of the same. Some slight differences between both. Why would anyone buy this? And in order to find out, I went one step further. Because what I did is I mixed the whole song using only the Hurchild 670 or the plugin. So I didn't use any EQ, I didn't use any other signal processing, and the only thing I added is a little bit of reverb. So what you're hearing is coming directly from the microphones through two different compressors on which I did the best amount of effort to match it up. And I have to say that an A/B test like this will never be perfect. By the way, if you're expecting perfection, it's better to unsubscribe from my channel, because perfection is an illusion. But I really tried to match up the processing on both channels. And as a bonus, I also did master bus compression through the Hurchild and through the plugin mix. So you're hearing one mix mixed at the same settings and also the same compression amount and everything on the plugin, and another mix with the Hurchild inserted on basically almost every channel.
Drown your fears, flowery thoughts and strawberry smiles. It's your life. Live your dreams, drown your fears. Do those little things you do with pride. Everything you do with pride. So dive into the ocean of the unknown. Every wave, each and every wave, dive into the ocean of the unknown. Drive your fears away to a brighter day.
So there it is, and this has been something that I've been wondering about for a long time, like for years, and I finally found a reason to do this test, because it took me a lot of hours to make this comparison. And I'm realizing yet again how important it is to be super focused when comparing a piece of equipment on one sound source, because the differences might be really small, but in the end everything will stack up. When everything comes together, all the little nuances and stuff, it actually turns out to be a pretty big thing. And this is something that I always thought was true, but I'm now sure about it. And I guess that is the reason why these units are still being built and still being sold. And I don't want to say that the plugin sounds bad or something. I actually think the plugin is doing a really great job. But honestly, in this situation, in this A/B test, for me, the Hearchild wins. Now, this unit here was loaned to me by Amtech, which is the local distributor over here. They emailed me a while back if I wanted to check this thing out, and we actually emailed them back a pretty big message of like, hey, yes, we want to check it out, but this doesn't work like a commercial or something. Like, we're going to be really honest about such a unit. And they were super cool about it. They basically gave me the unit as long as I needed to make this video. So Amtech, especially Glenn, huge thanks for lending me this unit. Also huge thanks to Sound Vision Studio and George for producing the song that you heard in this video, because it was kind of specially made for this video. I'll link, of course, to the full version in the description down below or in the comment or whatever. I will also link to Heritage Audio if you want to learn more about the Hearchild, and I will include affiliate links as well in the description where you can directly buy this compressor. But I'm not expecting a lot from that because I'm not even going to buy it. I don't have that kind of money laying around right now to invest in such a compressor. If you like this video and you want to support me, consider becoming a channel member. You can do that using the join button down below. As a channel member, you get access to content like this. Extra content. Really cool. If you want to support me by just watching more videos, I'll link an interesting video over here. If you hated this, don't forget to unsubscribe. Keep pushing, and bye bye.